So I want to ask some final thoughts. I don't want to give much prompting, but what are some final thoughts that you want to share with people that, especially newer folks, newer to investing? What are some final thoughts?
Trust us. No, seriously, because this is, if I speak for myself, this is all I do. And same for you, like, this is all I do all the time. And so when we're going out and someone's new, and we're trying to be respectful to that, for sure. But for them to know that when we're out there and we're talking about the construction and the numbers and the rents and what we think it's going to go for and what they got to look for and everything that we put into it, it's because we literally put ourselves into this job and care. We care a lot. Something wasn't to go quite like I said. I don't sleep. That's who I am. That's how I am. But so we care a lot. So to trust us. And when I'm saying, and I'm going to speak for myself then, get out there and hustle, because going back to the conversations we had today, that's key. That really, really is. Our most successful investors that we have are the ones that did take action and hustled, because everyone that's just sitting and waiting, okay, fine, I don't want to be, disrespectful to them, so be it, but that's where they're going to stay.
Right. I'll just say, though, you can be an armchair investor. Like John Romanis and Ryan Harmarsh are really good examples.
Oh, yeah.
They just took action by signing the paperwork.
But that goes back to trust.
Exactly. Yeah. They trusted you.
But they didn't have to hustle because they never even saw the property. They never met the tenant.
Yeah.
They just checked their bank statements. They got their mortgage, and otherwise they don't even know what the property is.
I think for me, the one thing I would say is there's always going to be an excuse. But there's never really a good time, so you just need to take action now. I know it sounds cliche, like take action now. It sounds cliche, but there's always going to be a reason why not. So you just gotta push past that and just take action and do it.
Because thank goodness that Jen made it, but we have clients where their partners didn't make it. Right? I remember a client. We bought 2 houses with them. It was actually part of their legacy planning, knowing that the husband and the father would not make it. So they went out and bought 2 houses immediately. They're doing wonderful. And then when he passed, I said to myself, the first thing I said to myself, I said, thank God they have real estate. Right? They have assets that made them money. And thankfully they didn't have to sell them. They still hanging on to them. So it's been like 7 years, and they've probably made $400,000 or $500,000 at least minimum in equity gains and the cash flow because they're student rentals. But yeah, you never know. Stuff happens because unfortunately people. We have a lot of clients that didn't take action until something did happen. Mm-hmm. Right. I have a client who didn't do anything till his father passed. Right. Then he said to himself, I'm done waiting. Right. I've been waiting for something. I didn't want to have to wait for that, but I'm done waiting. Right.
I think I've said on my podcast, I mentioned it, but it's something I tell my clients all the time.
You have your own podcast? Amazing.
On your interview with me, there's opportunities in front of you all the time, and it's similar to Chris, is take the action. Like when an opportunity presents itself, don't overthink it. I mean, just do it. It's like the Nike cliche, but like I've seen so many people overanalyze and hum and haw over stuff, and like I said before, like as long as you've got the fundamentals down for a specific city, if something meets that criteria and there's an opportunity, just take it. Because I think that's how I've been successful with my real estate, is that when I see an opportunity, whether it's a home that's I can jump on fast, like Tammy found that one property for me, and then we went in within hours of it being on the market, tied it up. Like if I hummed and hawed and ran the numbers or whatever else, I probably wouldn't have got it. There's many different occurrences like that for me specifically, and for other clients, like where they've just taken action immediately, jumped on opportunities. So be quick and jump on those opportunities.
What about the last house you bought and you didn't even have the down payment ready for it? You didn't have the money. Is that kind of
exactly? You
figure it out. He'll figure it out.
You had to dig under the pool.
He has the money. The vault is sitting at home.
No, it's okay. It's a long story, but no, I didn't.
Dig up his bitcoins.
the beauty of private lending.
For me, it's for a lot of especially the new investors as well, it's not finding a good deal, it's finding the right deal for you, because everybody likes to chase the shiny object, whether it be a BRRRR strategy, duplex conversion, oh, this one I can flip, this one whatnot. It's about if that strategy makes sense for you, your family, your life stage, the numbers, then it's going to be a good deal. If we're buying, as James said, in good neighborhoods, the fundamentals are good, that's going to be a good deal, because what I like might not be something is what you like. I've owned stuff from condos to 6-unit buildings, so, and I like condos right now. I don't like 6-unit buildings, so it's just preference and life stage as well.
And your long-term holding, and I think we can all say almost all of our wealth is built through on long-term holding.
Long-term, yeah.
Right. Like I know Chris mentioned he did a flip. Like James, you've done a burr, but more than 80% of all of our investing, our own personal investing, is just buy and hold. Yeah, we renovate. Yeah, we refinance, but that's not usually immediate. Right?
Sometimes it's quicker than others. Even if you're just buying and holding, you just hit the right time in the market and you can refinance. Sometimes you're forcing that appreciation by doing your renovations.
Well, it's been like a 30, 40-year bull run, so I don't know how much to... It wasn't... Like I said, this isn't rocket science. It's just getting in the way of a back to basics business, supply and demand. Right? We can't make more land. We can't make more land. There's always more demand. And we see it in the numbers. Rents are going up. Prices are going up. Well, maybe there's demand. I don't know. It's just a business. You buy a house, it's a small business, right?
I'll piggyback off of what Tim was saying. What's a good deal for you? That self-awareness is huge. I think, from my perspective,
I know this is a real estate show. Because Joel, your primary interest now is cryptocurrency,
stock options and crypto, because it's accessible for where I'm at. I mean, I'm still. I was actually talking to Tim about some condo stuff the other day, more personally, just because it's more accessible, but.
And you're by far the youngest person here.
Yeah. So
young enough to be never mind. I won't say it.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know about that. I'm not that young.
Young enough to be Chris's kid.
I don't know about that.
How old am I?
I don't know. So, from my perspective,
James is actually older than me.
James is older than me.
Tim's the oldest. He just looks the youngest. That's probably it.
No.
I'm the oldest.
second youngest.
Sorry, Joel.
Off track.
Sorry, Joel.
No, it's funny. If you have equity built up in a primary residence in your home, and you're even thinking about, hey, maybe, like the numbers align, or like it seems like we can do something with this, the answer is just take action. If, just do it. Figure out a way to do it. If you don't, you don't, maybe you don't own, maybe you're renting, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you just got out of college, maybe life hit you a couple times, I don't know, whatever the situation is, then I think there's always something to do, and in that case it's add value. And self-awareness is a big piece of that. Understanding where you can add value, because if I went out and tried to help renovators, I would not have been adding value. That is not my thing. But I knew marketing, so I sent out letters. I did the signs. It was a new form of marketing for me, but it was still a language I understood. And then when I was volunteering with you, some writing that I was doing for you guys, some of the Facebook stuff, it was in a vein that I already understood, and it was something. It was a gap I could fill for you. So, if you have the down payment, or if you have equity built up, and you're even just starting to ask the question, I think the answer is definitely just take action. But if you don't, if there is a bit of a gap there, then figure out how you can add value and go search for ways to do that.
Right. Because if you didn't do those things, it wouldn't have led to the new opportunity that, what did you say, 3 times? 3 times? 3 times your income?
Yeah. And I wouldn't, I am investing now. It's not massive, but my money is making money for me. I'm much further ahead than I thought I would be.
Captain?
I already gave mine.
Oh, you already gave yours?
Start
Okay.
first.
All right. Let's go for lunch. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me, episode 200. Because the thought behind doing episode 200 was it should be something celebrated, and I wanted to celebrate with the team that got us here. Right. Of course, Sherry's busy, but otherwise she'd be here as well.
It's a big milestone. So,
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations from us to you as well.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
It's awesome.
200, woo!
So who's buying lunch?
Erwin.
Yep.
James.
Lunch specials for everybody. Thank you all.